What would you say to someone who feels they have missed their chance?
You have not missed your chance unless you want to miss your chance. Whatever you're going through, wallow in it 24 hours and then get up and make way, because the longer you wallow in it, you're not going to change. It's all if you want to change. If you want to change, get up and do it, and look, and don't look at it as, because what I said in the beginning is just data.
Hello, Amy. It's so nice to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Beautiful. And thank you so very much for being here. You see, I truly appreciate you. And you see, Amy, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things. And I do this so often to the point where it has become my anthem. So, firstly, Amy, I want to say thank you so very much for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you did invest in yourself. And oftentimes, Amy, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, some couple of months back, I was at a particular road, and just by the roadside, Amy, there was this very tall, unattractive mango tree. And I used the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves are all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, Amy, just recently I was on that same road, and this time around, a lot's changed about the mango tree, you see. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance, and immediately I got the urge to move so close to it, of which I did, and it wowed me because now the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches, and not just mangoes now, Amy. I'm talking about ripe mangoes. It was such a lovely experience that day, and I was so excited. Here is my point: the fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing Amy that you are today. That alone has made it impossible for me to skip you. And sorry, and that's why you got the request from me to be on the show, because I was attracted to the fruits of all that you're doing, your philosophies, your insight, the impact your work is having, and how you are offering your solutions, Amy. These stuff's so beautiful. And just before I sent you that request, I said to myself, I've got to benefit from these beautiful things Amy is doing. And not only me now, because I don't want to be selfish, and even with the audience. And here we are today with the amazing Amy. So thank you so very much for doing that to yourself. And secondly, thank you for saying yes to the invite. Because if you had said nope, there was nothing Elisha could do about it. Thanks so much, Amy.
No worries. Again, thank you for having me. And I love the mango
Thank
analogy.
you. Beautiful. So let's get started. You see, I am quite excited to have you on the show today, Amy, for some reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to a beautiful one, Amy, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information, and not just knowledge now, but the application of it. And you see, Amy, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge, and darkness ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking. Why? Because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. And the second reason why I'm excited to have the incredible Amy on the show today is for the sake of the audience. You see, Amy, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got lots of information flying out there. So these folks trust me for quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced, Amy, that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So for that reason, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or your professional journey, because right now we are so curious. We want to know how Amy got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Amy, over to you.
Okay, well, I am Amynicole Ellis. I reside in the Raleigh area of North Carolina in the United States. By day, I am an HR manager, and by night, I am a human design life consultant. Um, I have chosen to share my story across platforms like yours, um, to let people know that failure is just data. And what I mean by that is, as I'm pretty sure we're going to get into it, but I have filed bankruptcy 3 times in my life. I know I look young, but I've filed bankruptcy. And for your audience that doesn't know, it's pretty much when you're over leveraged and you pretty much give everything back. I've done it 3 times. Typically once, people do it once. Um, I'm not proud of it. However, I do not have any regrets doing it. And later I learned that why it happened like that is pretty much the way I was designed. Not to say I knew I was going to file bankruptcy 3 times, but it's just the way I'm designed. So that way, right now in the present, I can share my story to let your audience know and audience around the world know. One, again, failure is just data. And two, you can always bounce back.
Amazing, Amy. And this is so beautiful because you've gone through all of this stuff and you came out of it, and now you are sharing your story. And you said something that is so profound. Failure is just data. Wow. That's very profound because if you want to, move forward in life, especially in business, you want your product to excel, you've got to work with data. Very, very important because these are the insight that put you through. Okay, this is how you should go. This is how you shouldn't go. Wow. Thank you for using that word. That's a beautiful one. Okay, so I've got some questions here. All right. So let us talk about the bankruptcies. Okay. So how did those 3 bankruptcies change you? Can you talk to us about that?
Yes. So we'll just say the first one kind of happened in my late 20s, early 30s. The second one, late 30s, early 40s. And the last one was early 50s. And that last one, which was just a couple of years ago, that's the one that broke me.
Wait, wait,
Um,
Amy. Sorry to cut you, Sha. You're in your 50s.
yes,
Tell me you're joking. Oh boy,
I just turned
you look
54
so
last
young.
month. Thank you.
Wow, you've got great genes, man. Wow. Go ahead, please.
Yes, so that last one actually broke me because with bankruptcy court, especially now, it's held virtually. So I have a little spot in my house where I sat for my hearing, and I'm sitting there like, and of course looking at all the other people that were there for bankruptcy court, like, wow, how did I get here again? and it and at that was like the lowest moment. No, hardly anyone in my circle knew what I was going through because I did feel like a failure. I mean, come on now, 3 times. It's like I can't get my money right. But at that moment in that season, it was like I did all the right things. That bankruptcy came from me losing a job that I hadn't had a job since. It was like a year and a half until I got another job. And it's like, okay, you're in that limbo. Do I pay on my credit cards or do I survive and eat? So I chose the latter. No, uh, as soon as I lost my job, I contacted credit card companies. It was like, hey, I lost my job. What can I do? They put me on a plan, but like I said, I decided, okay, I can't do that. I need to eat. So fast forward, which in the previous 2 bankruptcies, a sheriff didn't knock on my door, right? But apparently times were changing, and yeah, a sheriff knocked on my door, served me papers from the 3 credit card companies that I owed. I was like, this. So hence that bankruptcy. So after that, um, yeah, it was a dark place for me. And later, I actually hired a life coach because I started having the comparison syndrome really bad. And she introduced me to human design, and the way I'm designed was like, oh, that's like the light bulb went off. It's like, wow, I'm actually one meant to go through this trial and error in 3 seasons. I don't know if you caught that, in 3 seasons, early 30s, late early 40s, early 50s, and to be a role model in the present. So,
Wow, this is amazing. And that's so true. And what I got from it is you are not known by the amount of salary you're receiving, but by the challenges that you faced and you overcome. So the fact that you went through all of that and you came out of it, you already have the substance. You're inspiring. You're filled of hope because I believe there are a lot of people that are still stuck in what you came out from. And the fact that you are sharing this beautiful stuff with us, it tells the kind of person that you are. So I truly appreciate you, Amy. Nice one there. So, you went through 3 bankruptcies, and I found out that you went through some breakups too. Can you talk to us about that?
yes, so they it kind of goes hand in hand. And so and the breakups actually came before the bankruptcies. So in my early 20s, well, excuse me, late 20s, early 30s, I had just got out of a controlling relationship, which that actually took me down emotionally. It was like that major one of my major relationships. So it's like after that breakup ended, then the bankruptcy came. Second breakup, another major breakup. We actually built businesses together. We had a lawn care business, a event planning business. We had properties. I think we had 4 doors, a duplex and 2 single-family homes. And that's when, I don't know if your audience remembers or old enough to remember, but in 08, 09, that's when the market crashed. And that's when I lost everything, hence the bankruptcy and the relationship. Lost the relationship and then had to file bankruptcy. But this last major relationship that I had, like the last bankruptcy, it took me down because I did not see it coming. My partner at the time was in medical school overseas, came home, and pretty much was like, hey, do you think you can afford the Denali payment? Of course, a Denali ain't cheap. It was like $700 a month and a place of your own. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Are we breaking up? And it was like, wow, here we go again. I was like, okay, God, I've been through this 2 times. You got me through. So it's like I went into survival mode. Let me tell you, I got a brand new, I think it was 2018 4-room show model car and a place 10 minutes around the corner from where I used to live. It's like when the breakup happened, the door closed, others opened.
Open.
And then probably about a year or about 2 years after that breakup, that's when the bankruptcy happened. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. I tell you, you're so strong. Ah, nah, 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 nah. And to God be all the glory because when I went through my my breakup, all right, it was it was like hell. And that was just one. And you went through 3 and you're still standing. Ah, nah, nah, nah. You're so strong. Okay, so while you were talking when we started, you said you had no regrets. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by zero regrets? What does that mean?
That means, okay, yes, I filed 3 bankruptcies. And during that moment, that time, okay, I felt some type of way. But now in my presence, I don't have any regrets about it. A lot of people will probably still be woe is me and wallowing in it. And not to say that you cannot wallow, but don't wallow long. Feel the pain, feel it, pull up your big girl panties, big boy drawers, and let's go. Keep it moving. Because as long as you wallow in it, nothing's going to change. So I don't have any regrets of filing the 3 bankruptcies because, one, that's my story. That's what I'm sharing to people to let them know, like you said, you can become strong, you can still stand, and you can have a beautiful life. One thing
Yeah.
I didn't share is with this 3rd bankruptcy, how is it that my credit score is in the high 7s? And for those that don't know, when you file bankruptcy, your credit score tanks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if there's a will, there's a way. And I actually had a little, can I share just a little
Go
secret?
ahead. Go ahead, please.
So, in my transition, in my 3rd phase of transition, I was looking at getting a house. And I spoke with a mortgage person, and she was like, of course, this was before the bankruptcy. She was like, well, your credit score is not, I think it was like in the mid 6s. She was like, why don't you find someone that has perfect credit, pay their bills on time, and see if you can become an authorized user? I was like, I had heard of that. I was like, okay. So I asked my mom. My mom got perfect credit. So she put me on as an authorized user on some of her accounts. So when it came time to file bankruptcy, the first thing I asked the attorney was, will this affect my mom? Because I don't want, if it does, I don't want to do this. I'll just face the consequences. He was like, no, it will not. I was like, okay. So fast forward, filed the bankruptcy, blah, blah, blah. I went to an event and I was like, for giggles, let me see if I can apply for this coaching program, which was a high ticket coaching program, right? So I sat down, he ran my credit, he looked at me, looked at the screen, looked at me again, looked at the screen. I was honest with him. I said, I had just filed bankruptcy. It hasn't even been a year yet. He was like, why is your credit in the 7s?
Hmm.
And I'm like, what are you, I'm looking at him like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
He was like, you just filed bankruptcy. It's not even a year old. I never seen this before. And I shared the same thing that I just shared with you, right? This person says, my wife and I do that for our boys. So when they turn 18, they already have credit established. I didn't know how to take that. So I went the high road. I took it on the positive end. But I was like, wow, that's information that's not shared. We kind of know it
Hmm.
on the
Hmm.
backside where the parents mess up the kids' credit, but not the other side where the parents put their kids on their credit, especially if they are paying their bills on time and have good credit to set them up for success. So that's
This,
the
this is so
I
beautiful.
I share the failure is data. Now I'm
Yeah.
sharing another
That's,
tidbit.
I tell you. And you've just opened our eyes to something wonderful. Okay, so while you were talking also earlier, you mentioned human design. Can you explain human design in simple terms?
Yes, it's an energetic blueprint. It's based off of your time of birth, your birth date, and where you're born. That's it. It's not like the Enneagram or the Myers-Briggs where you got to think about the answers. It's based on those 3 items, and it comes up with this nice, beautiful chart that shows how you're designed. So, yeah.
I got that. I got that. Okay, what would you say to someone who feels they have missed their chance?
You have not missed your chance unless you want to miss your chance. Meaning, again, whatever you're going through, wallow in it 24 hours and then get up and make way. Because the longer you wallow in it, you're not going to change. It's all if you want to change. If you want to change, get up and do it, and don't look at it as failure, because what I said in the beginning is just data. Meteorologists use data, past data, to predict the future. Look over what you did and learn how to correct it or maneuver and proceed.
This is so beautiful because if there is a will, there is a way. I got that.
Amen.
Yeah, beautiful. So to bring this to an end, Amy, for those folks who like to reach out to you, learn more about the wonderful stuff you're doing, or even ask you questions, how can that be possible?
Well, one, you can find me on Instagram, and it's just easy. I'm Amynicole Ellis on Instagram. And also, I have a little gift for your audience if I'm allowed to give them something.
No, please. Yes, please.
So, if you want to learn like how you're designed, how you're wired, go to amynicoleellis.com/report. Like I said, you put in your time of birth, where you're born, your birth date. It'll create this nice report. That report typically costs $97. I'm giving to you all for free, along with a mini class. There's a QR code that you scan to get a mini class on the report, where I do a high level walkthrough of your report and what it is. And then that way your audience can get to learn me more, because in that mini class, I talk about, go in a little bit more depth about my story. I have some testimonials of people who worked with me, who know me, who genuinely love me. So they get to know me a little bit more. So that's what I'm offering to you and also your audience.
Beautiful, and that's so generous of you. Thank you so very much, Amy. So that's going to be the end of the show. Thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing this wonderful stuff with us. It means a whole lot, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.